Hi, so in this video we're going to be looking at revising differentiating powers of x as covered in C1. So the key thing here is to remember that when you're differentiating something which is power of x, you multiply by the power and then you take 1 from the power. Okay, so more formally this is written if y equals ax to the n, we multiply by the power when we differentiate, and we take 1 from the power. Okay, so here's some quick questions. So remember, we multiply by the power and we take 1 from the power. So the power here, y is x to the power of 4, we multiply by the power and we take 1 from the power. So 4 take away 1 gives you 3. Here we've got y equals x squared, so we multiply by the power and we take 1 from the power, and 2 take away 1 is going to give you 1, and so there's a little 1 here which we don't actually need to write. So here we multiply, we've got y equals 2x to the power of 6, we multiply by the power and we multiply everything by that power, and then we take 1 from the power of 6, take away 1 gives you the 5, and then you just multiply out the 6 times 2 to give you the 12. You can go straight to this last step if you're happy with that. You just think 6 times 2 gives you 12, 6 take away 1 gives you 5. When we have y equals 3x, that's x to the power of 1, we multiply by the power, so we'd have 3 times 1, which gives you the 3. And then if you've got 1 and you take away 1, 1 take away 1 will give you 0, and x to the power of 0 is 1, or anything to the power of 0 is 1. So 3 times 1 equals 3. Okay, so when we have y equals 6, so y just equals a number, a constant. The way I remember it is if you draw the line y equals 6, it's flat, it doesn't change as x changes. As it's flat, the gradient is 0. And remember, when you differentiate the gradient, you find the gradient and the gradient's then 0. So here, when you've got an expression with more than one term, you just go steady, you go term by term. So the first term you do 2 times 2 gives you the 4. 2 take away 1 will give you x to the power of 1. 3x, when you have this constant times x, when you differentiate, you just end up with the constant, and we showed that up here. And then when you just have a constant on its own, when you differentiate, you get 0, which we showed up here. So the answer would be 4x plus 3. Okay, so finally, just remember, when you differentiate, you find an expression for the gradient of the curve. So if you differentiate, say y equals x squared plus 3x plus 2, you find an expression for the gradient of the curve. And if you wish to find the gradient of the curve at a given point, you just substitute in the coordinates at that point. So if you're asked to find the gradient, you differentiate. And if you need the gradient at a given point, you substitute in the coordinates. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Good luck with your revision.